But Miss Bondi added there was one exception to that, Marissa. What was it?
That Adam Goodman could tell us and fill us in on her meeting in Washington.
Her close friend and strategist said, you know, we're on a scale of 1 to 10, about 11 or 12.
The one exception.
That's right. So tell us, what is she going to be in Trump's administration?
What Pam is, first of all, she had a great meeting with the president-elect. Yeah, that certainly is something that she's already shared. She's saying the right thing. I mean, you know, everyone wants to know who's in, who's not, what they're going to do. She's more interested in making sure the president-elect gets off on the right foot. She was obviously a very big early supporter of his, and whatever Pam Bondi chooses to do to support the president-elect will be meaningful.
Now, if you think she's going to be the next drug czar, just stand there and blink. Not going to say no insight.
Well played, Craig. Well played.
Oh, we get nothing.
Dadgummit. So you're calling President-elect Trump the now president. What do you mean by that?
There's an impatience about the president-elect. You can feel it. To get started long before he's even inaugurated. The carrier deal certainly was, I think, the first, you might say, installment in that. You can expect more of that. And you could almost get a sense of that from the election. The direct communication that certainly the president-elect was very fond of using with Twitter and other things will lead to a very direct, hands-on presidency. And it's interesting, isn't it, that the businessman who won this race is already sending very clear signals to American business, not all of them necessarily reinforcing of their current practices, that there's going to be a new way of looking at success, and that's called investing in America. So I think this is going to be a very, very interesting president who's going to have a drive to get things done and get things done quickly.
And switching gears to something that happened last week, he takes a phone call from the president from Taiwan. Is that a good thing or a bad thing in your eyes?
Well, look, it depends. It's in the eyes of the beholder, Marissa. I mean, we've had, a foreign policy that's been long on diplomacy, I think, and short on results. He clearly is communicating. He's going to have a very direct, more blunt approach to communicating with world powers. I think that, as you know, has to do with the one China policy, and not violating the one China policy by having any real communication with Taiwan. I'm very happy he did that. I think he's sending a signal not just to China, but to world leaders around the planet that there's going to be a different way we're going to do things. We're going to be direct, we're going to be clear, and we're going to want things to happen, and we're going to rest less on past laurels and depend more on what we need to do, all of us, to succeed.
Okay, Adam, before we say goodbye to you, one last question. If Pam Bondi does get a big job in Washington, might you be joining her in Washington?
Well, Pam Bondi is not only one of my true and closest friends, she also is one of the greatest talents. And whatever I could do to help Pam Bondi, obviously I would do. But for me to leave the grand state, the Sunshine State of Florida, that would be a heavy lift for anyone to ask.
Adam Goodman, thank you for your time.
Thank you.